إن الحمد لله الذي نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبد الله ورسوله أرسله الله تعالى بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله وكفى بالله شهيدا فصلى الله عليه وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا ثم أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وإن شر الأمور محدثاتها وإن كل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. يقول سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه الكريم بعد أن أقول أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا بني أقم الصلاة وأمر بالمعروف وانهى عن المنكر واصبر على ما أصابك إن ذلك من عزم الأمور ولا تصعر خدك للناس ولا تمشي في الأرض مرحا إن الله لا يحب كل مختال فخور واقصد في مشيك واغضض من صوتك إن أنكر الأصوات لصوت الحمير وبشرح صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم ثبتنا عند الموت بلا إله إلا الله اللهم اجعلنا من الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر آمين يا رب العالمين. Inshallah ta'ala, in today's brief reminder, I'd like to share some thoughts with you that I hope to benefit from myself and hope that they are of benefit to all of you as well, in regards to a very dangerous and at the same time a very natural sentiment all of us have, and that is that of anger. Anger is very natural. It's not an unnatural sentiment for a human being to get angry. There are many occasions that make you angry and make me angry. Sometimes those things are small and sometimes they're big. But this feeling is rooted in something else. It's rooted in something else. And if it's not rooted in something healthy, it can become very dangerous. It's really a symptom of a much larger disease. I chose this passage to share with you because this is a passage in which Nouman Ali Khan, as many of you know, is giving advice to his son. And there are other occasions in the Quran where fathers are talking to sons, like Yaqub alayhi salam talks to his sons. You know, Ya bunayya inna Allah astafa lakum ad-din, fala tamutunna illa wa antum muslimun. He gives advice to his sons also. So this idea of a father giving advice to the son is not unique in the Quran, it's something Allah iterates multiple times. So it's something we should pay attention to. And when you think of this picture, this scene, an older man, a man with wisdom, Allah has given him wisdom. وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا لُقْمَانَ الْحِكْمَةَ. He's giving advice to his young, you can even call it inexperienced son. And a lot of us are in that position. A lot of you have gotten older and you try and give advice to your sons. And you'll notice something. As you get older and wisdom kicks in, if you are fortunate enough to benefit from wisdom, what that brings also is patience. And what you'll notice in your sons and your young men that are growing up is impatience. And they're impulsive. They get angry very easily. So one of the very important pieces of advice for a young man to get from someone who has wisdom above him, his father, is for him to calm down, to keep himself in check, to control himself. So with that in mind, keeping in mind that this is a father giving advice to his son, let's see some of the things he tells him to do. Firstly, Ya bunayya aqim as-salat. In this part of the passage, I said establish salah. And the word salah, interestingly, this is of course pre-Islamic conversation, or pre the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this salah is not just used in the official sense of the 5 daily prayers. That was revealed to our Messenger alayhi salatu. Every messenger was given their own form of salah, and finally the perfection of it is in our Messenger's sunnah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But just in the original sense, what the word salah comes from is salah, which means connection. Maintain a connection with Allah. Practically this discussion from a father to the son, this counsel began with La tushrik billah. Don't do shirk with Allah. Don't associate partners with Allah. Don't do the ultimate crime of distancing yourself from Allah by putting someone else in between yourself and Allah. That's shirk. And practically to not do shirk, practically, not just theoretically, philosophically, ideologically, practically to not do shirk, one has to be connected to Allah, not connected to anything else. And the device, the mechanism by which a believer gets connected to Allah is salat itself. It literally protects our tawheed, this salat, this connection with Allah. It doesn't let anybody else come in between. When you and I are making salah, it's just us in conversation with Allah Azza wa Jalla directly. Allah Azza wa Jalla responding to every part of the Fatiha that we recite. It's a direct connection. Aqim as-salat. This creates a transformation inside somebody's character. It's like a revolution happening inside yourself. But this change that happens inside yourself cannot remain inside yourself. You know when something gets hot, the heat spreads? When a candle is lit, it doesn't just light itself, the light spreads. When a person gets lit, when salah lights you up, then it will have an impact on your surroundings. So the natural result of real connection to Allah, through salah, a natural result of that is what the father, this father full of wisdom, tells his son next. He says, أَقِمِ الصَّلَاةَ وَأْمُرْ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَانْهَ عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ. Command, enjoin, advise people to do good, advise goodness, command goodness, suggest goodness. Amr is a beautiful word in the Arabic language because it doesn't just mean command. It can actually also mean to advise or to suggest. And in different situations, you need different things. Every time, if you try to command someone every time, it will backfire. Sometimes all they need is a suggestion. Sometimes all they need is advice. Sometimes you're in a position to command and you should command. But every situation calls for its own thing. Like, for instance, you have Sayyidina Yaqub alayhi salam and his sons. Obviously, he's their father. He's in a position to command them. So when they come back with a dirty shirt full of blood, false blood, he is, in fact, in a position to command them because he's their father. But does he command them? No. Because he's far more intelligent than that. He has wisdom. He knows commanding them right now will not do any good. The only thing I can have right now is sabr. The only thing I can have right now is sabr. So he refrains from commanding because he knows it's not the right time. That takes wisdom. It takes wisdom to have authority and still not use it. This is something we learn in Quran. So Allah first says, maintain a connection with Allah. Aqim as-salat. Establish the salah. That as a result, you'll truly be able to suggest, or advise, or even command to that which is decent. And then wanha 'anil munkar. And interestingly enough, the positive is mentioned before the negative. Commanding or advising people to do what is known to be decent. Not just al-khayr. Al-ma'ruf. Al-ma'ruf is a very interesting word. Usually gets translated as good, right? But the Arabic word khayr is closer to the word good. Ma'ruf is an objective noun, it's a passive noun. It implies that which is known. In other words, it's known to be good. You're giving someone advice and it's not news to them. They already knew this is something good. It's just a reminder. In other words, the first thing you should call people to is something they already recognize to be good and true. Honesty, patience, kindness, keeping family relations. Listen, you don't have to be an Islamic scholar to know these things. You just have to be a decent human being. Even non-Muslims know that much. It is even ma'ruf to them. It is even known to them. Start with that. And then move on. وَأْمُرْ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَانْهَى عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ. Then forbid. Then forbid. From munkar, something unrecognized. Literally means something unrecognized. Something nobody recognizes to be good. It's the literal opposite of al-ma'ruf. From a language point of view. Someone nobody sees this as good. It's alien to every society. Being mean to someone, cursing someone, right? Being rude to someone, raising your voice. These are things, it doesn't matter even if you're Muslim or not. Even the people who do it, they will know deep down inside, that's not right. That's no way to talk to someone. So he says, وَنْهَى عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ later. Why? Because that's just a progression of how you deal with people. First, you benefit from the goodness of salat yourself. Then you want others to benefit from goodness. So you give them something good, something they know to be good. And then eventually, when you have a relationship with them, at that point you can say, you need to stop this bad thing they're doing too. What we do a lot of times, what we think is giving advice to somebody, we go straight after them with them, right? What they're doing is wrong over